Madam President, it is said that information is the most valuable commodity. In politics, you probably know that information is power. The bigger government gets, the more valuable government information becomes to finance the markets. This is especially true of information from agencies such as the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services, and it's that agency that my remarks are about. CMS controls $748 billion in government spending per year. And of course, that's billions with a B. Today, there are questions surrounding CMS's ability to safeguard non-public information. This isn't about secrecy in government. It's about government keeping a secrecy not to have an impact on the stock market. And I'll be referring to such an impact on the stock market. It happens that this is not the first time that I have raised similar questions with the Center for Medicare Services. In 2011, I received information from a whistleblower that CMS employees were spending large amounts of time in meetings with Wall Street executives. I wrote to CMS with these concerns. The response I received was very troubling. CMS could not tell us how many meetings were taking place with these Wall Street executives. CMS could not tell us who from Wall Street was in these meetings. CMS could not tell us how much time they spent with CMS executives. In fact, the only thing CMS could tell us was that it did not track any of this information. Private businesses have stiff controls over access to non-public information. The same sort of stiff controls the federal government ought to imply for things that would impact the market and give somebody an extraordinary opportunity that the average citizen doesn't have. The only specific steps that CMS took was issuing a two-page memo to its employees. This goes back to that period of time I was asking the questions in 2011. The memo limited the release of market-moving information before the close of stock markets. Now, that's the right thing to do. Now, that memo presumably was not followed by somebody who we don't know, because on April the 1st, that requirement appears to have been violated. According to the Wall Street Journal, at 3:42 p.m., Height Securities, a political intelligence broker, issued an advisory note to its employees. This note said, and so it's right here in the chart, this note said, "We now believe that a deal has been hatched to protect Medicare Advantage rates from the minus 2.3% rate update issued in the advanced notice going back to mid-February." This note goes on to suggest that clients purchase related stocks, such as Humana, between 3:42 p.m. and the market close, and that was just 18 minutes later. Volumes for affected companies spiked, look at here, spiked in the last 18 minutes to more than $500 million. In fact, the combined volume of shares traded for those companies for those 18 minutes was higher than the rest of the entire trading day. Not only did large number of shares change hands, but also buyers who got the information first likely made a heck of a lot of money. For example, Humana stock rose 8.6% in a matter of minutes. And of course, this looks like political intelligence at work. Political intelligence, meaning the industry of political intelligence at work. A political intelligence broker gets a hold of non-public government information before it is widely released, and a select few paying clients end up reaping the rewards. We just had a study out by the Government Accountability Office. I think this is within the last couple weeks. And this was studying the political intelligence community. And it happens that the Government Accountability Office reports that the world of political intelligence is murky. In other words, they're using government, they're profiting from it, and nobody knows who they are. The public and Congress have little insight into how government information is collected. Collecting it's one thing, but it's sold. People that collect it make money, and in the instances you see here, when that gets out, a lot of people make money. So who pays for that information? Now, we all know that since 1946, lobbyists have had to register, and more recent legislation have to disclose their clients, what they lobby on, and how much they get paid. Even campaign donors have to report what they give to various campaigns. Now, political intelligence brokers are exempt from any transparency, and yet you see that they're around gathering information that shouldn't be out to the public until after the market closes, and benefiting from it, and a lot of other people benefit from it. Now, because there is no transparency about the political intelligence community, we have to find out what happened that caused this to happen. Did Center for Medicare Service employees leak this information? Was it leaked from another government source? Either way, we need answers to these questions. Now, tomorrow is Acting Administrator Travenor's confirmation hearing before the U.S. Senate Finance Committee. This acting director is a very qualified person. So I think she'll be able to answer our questions. At least I hope so. So I want her to know and the Senate to know that I plan asking Ms. Travenor several questions. How did this information get from the Center for Medicare Services to a political intelligence broker? And what steps CMS will take to ensure that this does not happen again? Now, that's got to be on the memo that they sent out after my letter of 2011, where I said I want to know what happened. We didn't really find out what happened, but they did put out a memo that this information cannot be made public. That's going to impact the stock market. So I hope she recognizes the importance of these questions. I hope she comes prepared to take responsibility. I hope she comes prepared to explain how she plans to hold someone accountable. Because in this town, if heads don't roll, nothing changes. She has been a good acting administrator of this agency, and she wants the Senate to confirm her to the job. This is her opportunity to show us that she is worthy of that confirmation. I yield the floor.